Hi, hello everyone. I am Prashant Nandam. Welcome back to our channel. And as a series of Linux most used commands, today we'll be going to the final session, which is session 6, where we'll be discussing about networking, logs, and system info. And in this series, we have covered introduction to Linux history, and we have seen Linux file system navigation, file directory management, and users and permission management. And last session we have gone through process and package management, and today we'll be going through networking, logs, and system info. Usual, I have maintained a repo for the same, and what all we are discussing today, I have prepared notes for the same. You can go to this, and let's begin our session. I logged into my mission. First, we'll see how to get an IP address of our mission. For that, we have multiple ways. We can do IPA. It will show us the IP addresses, loopback details, and then we have host name -i. It will show us the IP address, uh, IP address and IPv6, all those things. And then we have IP address show. It's caps. It is showing caps here. Let me change address show. See here, it shows us. First, it shows us loopback details, where it is here. First it shows us loopback details, and generally loopback is like if you have installed any nginx or apache on your system, and if you want to access that on your local machine, you will be providing local host or some IP address, correct? And it will reach to this one, 127.0, this one, and you will be getting the service page. Local host can be used in that way. And second, if you see broadcast details can be seen here. This is our IP address, and that's how it is. And then we can see, if you want to see complete information, like here it will be showing us loopback details as discussed, and then in the broadcast details it will show you your interface name, and then it will show us the same broadcast and where it is sending, and what it is, MAC address, all those things. You can see MAC address in link, it will show here, link ether, this one. And then broadcast MAC address can also be seen here. It will be BRD something like, yeah, this one. This is how it is. And IPv6 details can be seen as IN6, where it is, yeah, this one, INET6. In this way we can see what our IP address, and what are the devices connected, those things we can see it here. And this is of subnet, this is subnet details. And this is how IP address can be seen. Next we'll see um, device status, nmcli device status, which is network device state. If you want to check network device state, you can use nmcli device and then the status. It will show us what are the connected device and what are this type, and state of the device, and the connection name, it can be seen here. And this is one thing. Next, if you want to check if your machine has internet access or not, for that we can use ping command. Ping, let's ping google.com. See, it started pinging. And if you receiving something like this, it means you can connect to outside. You are able to ping google.com. And if you see any packet loss or something like, it will show here 19 packets we have received and 19 packets we transmitted, zero loss, because it is working. And if you get any issues, network issues or something like, then it will show how many packet lost and what are the packet loss count. All those things can be seen here. This is one thing. And next we'll see firewall status. This is one of the important topic, I can say. Like, I'll explain you in simple way. If you want to see if what are the ports opened on this mission and what are all firewall details, see can be seen here by running firewall -cmd -list and then -all. Let's wait for a moment. Author, okay, I'm not root. See, this is our output. We can see interfaces, sources and services, ports, if any ports, what protocols, what port forwarding, all those details can be seen here. And this is how we can see uh, all the firewall status. And to check whether firewall is active or not, we can verify the status by running systemctl status firewall d. See, it shows it's active and running. It means it's on. Now what we'll see, we will see how to add a port, I mean how to allow a port in our mission. To do that, we have a command firewall -cmd -add port. And what port we need to add? Let's add 8080 TCP1. And then we are allowing it permanent. We have to mention permanent. I didn't mention sudo. Okay. Success. You are seeing here success because it's added successfully. Now, how can we verify? As a shown here, you can verify that thing. Let me run this thing again. What it is? Sudo firewall cmd list. Now, if you see under ports, no port is added. Why we are saying nothing? Because we have added the port with this command where it is, yeah, sudo port add port. But we are seeing it is successfully added. And to make these changes happen, we need to reload the firewall. Then only the changes will occur. To reload the firewall, we have a command which is firewall -cmd then reload. Once it is reloaded, we can see allowed port C. It is showing success. Reload has been completed successfully. Now, if I check the firewall ports, you can see here ports 8080 is allowed. This is how it is. Just to recap, we have seen how to verify IP addresses and what are the details shown when we enter IP address. Then what we have verified, how to verify firewall status. Then what we have verified, how to add a port. And after adding the port, what we need to do to make the changes effect. We need to reload the firewall. We have done that. Okay, cool. Now we will see how to remove a port. Now we have added port, correct? We'll see how to remove. You can add multiple ports. I just showing you one. To remove it will be same. Let me add, yeah. To remove, you just need to place remove in place of add. Add is used for adding and remove is used for removing. If I click enter, it will get succeeded. See, it is showing us success. Now again, if I verify cmd list, it will show us allowed only. See, port 8080 is allowed. Why? Because we haven't restarted the firewall services. That is the reason it is showing. Now I have restarted the firewall services. It is showing successfully restarted. Now if I verify what all the ports are allowed, I can see nothing. That's how it is. And one more thing I want to show is, now by running this command you are verifying how whether it is active or not. Now if to stop the service, you can just write stop firewall D. Okay, let's verify status now. See, I have verified status. It is showing inactive or dead, which means it is disabled. Okay, now to reactivate it, you can use start. It's done. Yeah, it is done. Now if I verify status again, it will be showing. Okay, cool. This is how we can add a port, remove a port, and stop firewall, start firewall. Now we will see how to check logs. In some scenarios you have to verify logs, system logs and general logs things. We will see those two things. And to verify general logs, you have to use journal ctl-xe. It will give you the log information. See where we run from here. If you see session open user, open for user root and all those things, all the log information can be seen here. See, for some reason it is showing unregistered authentication agent, unregistered authentication agent using. Okay, this is how we can see general logs. And you can also use tail to see only last 5 lines of the any general log. For that we can use tail hyphen n and then 5, then the path where log, and then messages we can see. I need to use sudo. It is showing permission denied. See, this is how it is. What we done, we have stopped services now. It has to show stopped firewall D, started firewall D, started firewall D. Allow zone drafting is enabled. Okay, this is how we can see logs. And you can also see I mean you can monitor security logs in real time. Like earlier we have used tail, correct? Same command we can be used here, tail hyphen f, to show you real time values, where and then log and then secure. uh, See, it will show you real time logs. Okay, session open for root, all those things. To see any real time logs, we will be using that commands. Now I will show you how to see system info. uh, in some cases we need to use system info. I mean we need to see system info and what OS it is, what host name it has, all those things. To see that, we can use host name ctl. It will show you host name details. Host name ctl will show you the host name details, which are like what is the host name, all those things can be seen here. If you see our output, you can see it is showing static host name, and here you can see static host name, icon name, all those information, kernel information, all those can be seen here. The static host name is permanent host name, that is system permanent host name, and icon name is symbolic name like computer iphone desktop. So those are all for GUIs, okay. And then we have mission IDs and operating system, all those things. Our operating system is Rocky Linux 8.10. That is why we are showing it is showing 8.10. Okay. And one more thing I want to show you here. If in case if you want to change the host name, to change the host name, we have a command. I'll show you the command, but for some reason I don't want to change the host name for this. See, enter the sudo hostname ctl set hyphen host name, and then you have to give your new host name. Once you provide new host name, the host name will be changed. You can test it on your own. That's how we can change the host name. And then we have seen the host name, and then what left? We have host name ctl. Yeah, to verify whether this OS information, if you want more in on OS information, we can go to this path, cat etc hyphen OS release. What cat will do? In our previous session, we have learned what cat will do. It will just show you the output. I mean, it will print the path and the information which is under OS release. See, this is how it is. It will show you name, what are mission Rocky Linux, what is the version 8.10, what is ID, version, all those information, home URL, and everything can be seen here. Okay. To see local name and VM name changes information, we will be using hostname CTL, and to see OS release, we will be using etc OS release. Now, if you want to see what is the usage information of CPU or something like, you will be using ls CPU. When you run ls CPU, it will show you CPU information, like how many cores it has, two CPUs, and all the information, what is the minimum hex and model name, everything can be seen here. Okay. And then if you want to see memory usage information, now what we have seen CPU information, and if you want to see memory usage information, we can use free-h. It will show you total memory details, used memory details. Total is 1.7 GB, used is 821, free is 478. This is how we can see. And the swap we have 2 GB, free 1.6 GB is we are having. And this is how we can check these details. Mostly we will be working on adding this line expression to any domain control, all those things. We'll see those in later sessions. And if you see, swap is like it is a disk space used when physical RAM is full. Okay. And now what I want to show you, I want to show you one thing which is nmcli. See, I, now if you want to give any IP address on your own, you can edit a connection, and this is your Ethernet. You can click edit, and here in place of automatic you can click manual, and you can add the details, address, gateway, IP address, all those things you can add here. Okay, this is one thing. You can add it here, and you can click save to save. And to make the changes effective, you can click activate connection, and you can try it again. And to set hostname, you can change here as well, set hostname, and you can change it here as well. That is one thing, nmcli. That's all I have for today. Hope it is useful for you and you learned something on this. Just to recap, most importantly, we have seen how to add a port, how to remove a port, how to restart a firewall services, how to stop firewall services. Later what we have seen, how to verify host name and how to change host name. And later we have seen in some cases your team, you requested for a mission, and your IT team created a mission for you and they gave it to you. And to check your OS release information, all those things, you can go use cat it is OS release. It will show you what OS it is used, all those things. And later we have seen how many CPUs are there and free usage, free disk usage, I mean memory, how much memory is used, how much memory is available. We have seen these things. These are the uh, basic details are this is okay for now. You can crack interview with our Linux sessions complete course. Most of the interviews will be asking questions on these topics only. If you're fresher and trying to get into some Linux administrator role or any DevOps role or any role where Linux involved, and the topics which we covered will most useful things for you, and those will be most asked questions and most used services in day-to-day life. That's it. And by this I conclude we have completed the Linux most used commands. Dun, 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 dun. See, we have git repo, Linux most used. You can fork this into your missions to get details, or you can star. And we have seen introduction, we have all those things. Just we'll go for a small recap. In introduction we have seen what is in Linux and what are the types, how many OS distributors are there in Linux distributions, how to install a mission in your local laptop to connect to Linux mission, and then we have seen how to connect to it via putty. Later we have seen how to create a EC2 instance and connect to it via putty in session 1. And in session 2 we have seen file system and navigation. Here we have seen files and what are files, directories and metadata, and we have seen hierarchical structure of the all the files available in the Linux machine, and we have seen tree diagram, and we have seen what are the directories. Later we have seen difference between relative path and absolute path, and we have also seen commands in day-to-day life, and their examples have given for you to try it on your own. And in session 3 we have seen files and directory management. This is most important thing, how to get into file, how to change file, how to add content, how to move, rename, all those things we have seen here. And we have seen how to create a directory, how to remove a directory, how to copy directory, how to list directories, all those things. And in user permissions, it is most important thing. I provided more valuable information here. We have seen how to create a group, how to add user, and how to add a user to have root permissions, and we have seen how to change the permissions, and how one user cannot get into the another user information, and how user 2 can provide access to user 1, and how user 1 can provide access to user 2. All those things we have seen. And in process and package management we have seen what are the processes, and how to see running processes and all those things, how to stop process, and we have seen how to start a service if any, if you have. These commands can be used in our firewall as well. We have used same command, systemctl status firewall d. Since firewall d is our service, to stop we have used systemctl stop and firewall services. To start again we have provided firewall service. To restart you can use same commands. And we have later we have seen what are the packages we have, how to get a package, how to install package, local package, and we have seen what are repos and all those things we have seen. And mostly we have seen difference between update and upgrade. That is most used question in most asked question in interviews. At last we have seen network and logs information. This is okay, this is you will be having okay for now. You can a overview, and by this you will be confident about what commands will be using day to day life, and you can work in any environment with these things. That's all. Um, and I'll be preparing Git topics. In Git we'll be covering next, I mean, since we have completed Linux most used command series, our next series is Git version control system, and under that we will be seeing Git, what is GitHub, and if possible we'll also cover GitLab, and we'll do some CI/CD. Uh, we'll see what are the commands used in Git and GitLab, GitHub, why Git and GitHub came into existence, what is the difference between Git and GitHub. All those things we'll cover in future sessions. By I thought to prepare, no, I mean prepare syllabus for Git uh, by Sunday, last Sunday, but for some reason it couldn't happen with me. I was occupied with some other task and some other works at home. So I'm planning to prepare the content for Git by end of tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Once I'm done, I'll share the information with you, and we'll start the Git session. Hope this helpful to you, and I request you to share and subscribe this channel, and share this channel with someone who is looking into get into DevOps, or looking for an opportunity into DevOps to crack an interview, all those things. The things which I am discussing here is really helpful for them, and you will be definitely cracking an interview. Cool. That's it from my end. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye.